Hi guys, Jacob Show, writer, motivation speaker, and life coach. So the nakshatra wagon got derailed a little bit in between because those of you who are new to this series, we are talking about the 27 nakshatras, and the way that I am filming the nakshatra videos is I'm trying to follow the moon. I'm trying to film these videos on the day of the nakshatra, whichever nakshatra I'm talking about. Okay? And so I missed Purvaphalguni last time, and this time I almost missed it as well. And I think the reason that happened, as I was evaluating, is as we study the significations of this nakshatra, you will get to know, when I get into more detail. But on both these days, I was so busy. Venus, who rules this nakshatra, is associated with my midheaven, or my 10th house. And on both these days, I was so busy in sort of the significations of this nakshatra. The energy was so dominant in my life. I was socializing, dressing up, going out, having meetings, and having important discussions and meetups, that sort of a thing, that I almost was not able to film these videos. So yeah, that is something that I want to share, and that is something which has come out of trying to follow the moon, okay, first hand, tapping into the energy and sharing with you. So now, those of you who are new to what a nakshatra is, a nakshatra, 27 stars that we're talking about here, they are a very important part of Vedic philosophy. Not just Vedic astrology, Vedic philosophy. In Vedic philosophy, a huge part of everyday life and a huge part of our understanding of the world and the universe was dividing everything that we see into distributions that were concerned with gods, deities, devas, and making offerings to them to create prosperity, making offerings to them and aligning ourselves with those deities on the basis of whatever we wanted or desired in life. Okay, so this is actually what we are covering here in this series. Every nakshatra can tell you a lot about the person, a lot about that area of your life depending on your birth chart, but also in general about the energy of that particular day and how you can best utilize it, channel it, and make the most of it, to be honest. And also, it is supposed to help you build more knowledge and understanding about our Vedic culture and what it means, what every deity means. It gives you a lot of clues. Okay, so let's begin. Now, Purvaphalguni is a nakshatra which is a very sexy nakshatra, so to speak. This is a nakshatra which is all about arts. This is all about expression, beauty, love, conjugal bliss, romance, and this is a nakshatra which deals a lot as well with lovemaking, happiness, entertainment, indulgences. Okay, so it's a great nakshatra. There's nothing, to be honest, negative about it. You might only feel the only negative thing that I would say about this nakshatra is that you're likely to receive a watered down description of this most of the places that you read, because unfortunately what has happened over time is that, well, Vedic culture was a very open-minded, was a very progressive culture, and the times that we are living in the name of Hindutva, in the name of how do I exactly put it? In the name of being a Hindu, what we are actually generally practicing is more of the consciousness that has been hammered into our minds as a result of centuries of Muslim rule, as a result of centuries of British rule. Vedic culture, it's not like that at all. Vedic culture was a very open-minded culture where you could talk openly about anything. Sexual expression was not looked down upon, it was looked as an intrinsic part of who you are. Okay? And that is essentially what Purvaphalguni deals with. Purvaphalguni, if you look at the symbolism, the Shivling is also associated with it. What is the Shivling? The Shivling is, essentially a union of sexual organs. It is all about the expression of love, the expression of union of the divine feminine and the divine masculine, and the creative powers that emanate from it. Okay? Arjun is also associated with this nakshatra. I think Arjun was born towards the end of Purvaphalguni and the beginning of Uttarphalguni. Okay? And if you look at Arjun's life, yes, he was a warrior and everything, but Arjun also had 2 very successful marriages. Great children. And he is also associated with the arts. In the time period that the Pandavas had to spend in exile, and in the last year that they had to spend in Agyatwas, which is, basically if you're spotted during that period, then you have to redo the entire period of your sort of exile. In that period, everybody chose a particular role to hide in, and Arjun chose the role of Prihangnala. Prihangnala is the celestial, drummer, or the part of the celestial orchestra. Okay, and so that is not without coincidence. I mean, that is not without reason. It's not merely coincidence. Even if you look at the connotations of this nakshatra, you will understand who enjoys comforts, who enjoys love, affection, who enjoys all the good things in life, who enjoys romance. Somebody who's successful, somebody who's lucky, right? Somebody who has skill. Romance is a skill. Lovemaking is a skill. Okay? And in the same way, socializing, knowing the right people, making the right contacts, expressing yourself in the right way. For example, dance, painting. That's a skill. Okay? So this is a very sort of pleasure-seeking, skillful sort of a nakshatra. Does well with Rohini, does well also with Magha. The similarities, the reason that it does so well with these 2 nakshatras is because Rohini is the nakshatra of material wealth, abundance, gain. If you look at it, Krishna is associated with the Rohini nakshatra. Okay, and so another thing to understand about this nakshatra is that whenever you have a planet which is placed in this nakshatra, that planet has the ability to give you a lot of the good things in life. It has a lot of ability to give you pleasure, give you access to pleasure, or that is how you'll be expressing yourself in the world. But at the same time, if there is anything negative about this nakshatra, I would say that people with this nakshatra can tend to lose focus sometimes. People with this nakshatra can tend to not focus on the difficult matters as much as is required. That is, one thing which could be problematic sometimes. But let's say you have your moon in Purvaphalguni nakshatra. Well, then definitely your mind is a very comfortable space to be in. You are very creative, very expressive. You look at life, you look at your work here on this material plane to be one of expression, pleasure, creativity. And creativity doesn't really mean, creativity in terms of paints, colors, or sketching. Creativity could be you're a chef and your creativity is what you create. Creativity could be, you're a programmer and you create beautiful apps. Okay? So creativity is very subjective. But if your moon is here, then yes, that forms a huge part of who you are, your personality, also your body, also how you think. And quite often if you have your moon in this nakshatra, then that means you need to be in partnerships, you need to be in union with somebody, you need to have love affairs in order for your mind to feel good and in order for your mind to feel balanced. Okay? Let's say you have Venus in Purvaphalguni nakshatra. Great placement. This is a placement of somebody who probably will be earning a lot through the expression of these qualities. Because Venus is actually liquid wealth. Venus is also your spouse and your love affairs and your partner in terms of love. But Venus is also liquid money. Venus is also wealth. Venus is also assets. So when we're talking about Venus and putting it into this nakshatra, then you're probably going to be able to put these attributes into play practically and earn from them. For example, you could be great at handicrafts, and you could be great at marketing even. Okay, so that's kind of what plays in here. Let's say now you have Saturn in this nakshatra. Saturn in this nakshatra is probably going to show you that there are going to be challenges in you expressing your sexuality, in you expressing your creativity in life. That is going to be something which is going to be a challenge for you in this lifetime that you will need to understand how to overcome. When, let's say, you have this energy, Saturn represents that blockade, it shows that you're probably going to encounter a lot of difficulties in life in expressing yourself creatively, in expressing your sexuality, or expressing your desires even. You might feel blocked in terms of properly embodying who you are, and this doesn't necessarily have to do with love affairs, so to speak, but it could be that let's say you dress in a way that ticks people in your family off. Maybe you belong to a conservative culture where you want to dress in a particular way and your family doesn't like it or disapproves of it. Okay? Or you encounter bosses who could sort of stifle your expression. Okay? Because when we're talking a lot about sexual expression, when we're talking about this energy, it deals essentially with the sacral chakra. So the sacral chakra is the center of expression, is the center of, is the chakra that deals with the expression of everything that is fine, everything that is beautiful, everything that is sensuous. Okay? Now, as I have discussed in the other nakshatra videos as well, the solutions to the expression also will be found through the placements. For example, let's say you have Saturn and Purvaphalguni blocking these sort of aspects in your life, then it also shows that you will have to work hard as well to express that side in the world. So, with Saturn, there is always room for you to work, and there's always room for you to express. When you have easy planets put here, the expression is easier. When you have difficult planets put here, planets with more of a yang energy, then yes, the expression is going to be confrontational sometimes. It's going to be difficult sometimes. Okay? So guys, that's all I have for you for this particular nakshatra. I'm sorry, there probably might have been some, noises in the background. You're going to have to ignore them. I apologize. I just had to make this video right now, and I'm actually going to be heading to office, right after this. So I just had to make this video right now. That there could be noise in the background. I apologize for that. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. And in case you would like to take a personal reading with me, the link is given in the description. The bookings are open right now. A lot of dates available. You can just check it out. Things have changed with respect to the sessions. So there's just one session that I'm doing now. First I used to offer multiple sort of sessions, but it helps me keep things streamlined and easier. Okay? Thank you so much. Take care. Carry on.